Welcome back, squigs and squiglets.
Whoa, you can't say squiglets.
Why not?
You can't say squiglets.
What's wrong with that?
What does it sound like? Say it. Say what it sounds like, Ben.
Piglet.
Okay. And what does piglet sound like?
It sounds like the word piglet.
We're back on fucking Memory League. It's fucking, what is it? My name is fucking Memory League. It's fucking Geron.
Geron Memory League.
Geron Memory League.
Geron.
Yeah, Geron leaking out of something. Geron.
Oh yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah, I mean, not really anymore, but I'm working on the end of that.
Benjamin. Joshua. To Benjamin.
Oh, yeah, Joshua. Yes! What did you finish last weekend?
What did I finish last weekend?
You just said Joshua and you can't remember?
I haven't finished that game.
Turok 3?
Oh, different Joshua entirely. But yeah.
Oh, which Joshua were you talking about?
There's one of the main characters of Trails in the Sky first chapter is Joshua. It's Estelle and Joshua.
Okay, I see. I thought.
But you know what? Multiverse is even more genius than I thought it would be.
Okay.
Genius
genius
nickname.
All right, let's start the thing over again. Stop the recording.
Turok 3 was pretty good.
Okay. Tell me how you actually liked it, because
Here's what's funny about Turok 3.
I was basically there the entire time.
All of the downsides of Turok 3 that people will review it, both critics and journalists and people, is the length. Where I think that's actually its strongest.
It's probably
strongest thing.
It makes it very reasonable.
In the year 2025.
Yeah.
It's like I will pay $20 for a focused 5-hour experience.
Yeah. Like that you can choose to play multiple times. The game already has 2 different characters.
And frankly, that to me is the topic of this episode. Is too many games.
Yeah,
There's too many games.
Too many games in Pennsylvania.
Too many games. They're all long. There's a lot of time. You're never going to be able to touch and taste all the things that you want to taste. Right. It's like you go to a restaurant, you go to the fucking Cheesecake Factory, and they've got a million things you can get, and each one is feeds a family of fucking five people.
And you're an individual, and you're like, dog, I can't.
That's what we're up against right now, and it's sad because I want to taste them all. I want a little bit of each one.
I want a complete experience with everything. Oh, what the fuck, Pepper? What the fuck?
Is she going crazy?
Yeah, she should be. Pepper, relax. Stop fucking biting at my feet, please.
My dog is trained.
What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, there's all these games that I want to play too, that I've played and bought, and I'm like, even the shorter ones, I'm like, fuck. People are still complaining at me for not finishing Tears of the Kingdom. Y'all can deal with it. I'm gonna sip at it at my own pace. It's a fantastic game, and I really like playing it. So I'm gonna play it the way I want to play it. And if you can't deal with it, then
How far are you?
Standing in front of the first temple.
Which temple?
The wind one.
Okay.
I'm like standing on it.
Yeah, that's the right one.
Yeah. I actually kind of accidentally came upon all the shit to start progressing to it because I'm just doing other shit. It's like, oh fuck, this is it.
That's like Tears of the Kingdom is interesting because like it's almost the opposite of Breath of the Wild, where Breath of the Wild you feel encouraged and rewarded to like go out of order or whatever. Yeah. Tears of the Kingdom feels like you're much more rewarded to just do the story.
Oh, really?
As it progresses, yeah.
Because I've been enjoying.
You're rewarded from like a rupee perspective, from like an exploratory perspective. Like the way you can stumble on 7 Tears of the Kingdom out of order almost makes it feel less interesting and less impactful.
Interesting. Cause I have been enjoying it. No,
I mean it's perfectly enjoyable. Like you can still do whatever you want in that game and have a good time. But I think because they knew Breath of the Wild was such a bare bones narrative experience. Sure. That they wanted Tears to have more of that. Yeah. And in order for that to work in that kind of a game, you have to do it in the right order.
Push you to do it in the things. Yeah, I guess so. But one way or the other, I'll finish it when I finish it.
A lot of fucking games.
Yeah, a lot of fucking games. Which one do you want to start with? Talking about?
I mean, I can talk about what I've been playing over the last couple of weeks because already a shit ton is released, and these next 2 weeks are fucking crazy.
More shit, exactly.
Pac-Man World 2 came out recently. Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster came out recently. Trails in the Sky First remake came out a couple weeks ago. Ghost of Yote came out on Friday.
Oh, okay. That came out already?
Yeah, October 2nd.
Jesus.
Galaxy 1 and 2 remaster came out. Digimon Story came out, which had crazy sales and player base, which I really did not expect. But all the people that are like Expedition 33 revived the turn-based RPG. And then Digimon came out as like more single. What's the fucking metric? Like concurrent players
like
on Steam than any Final Fantasy or Persona game.
Concurrent.
I think it's concurrent players.
It's like CCU is what they call it, but yeah. I don't remember what the fucking term exactly is, but yeah, the concurrent players.
Yuka Replayly.
Is that out
next week?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna wait.
Battlefield 6.
Zero interest, but yeah, that's coming out too. Yeah,
it's a big release though.
October is fucked up.
It's a big release.
Yeah.
Pokemon Legends Zaza Gabor.
Yeah. Gabor.
And then you get later in the month, and I was saying within 2 days, you get Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake, Mina the Hollower, Stray Children.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Everyone's coming out of their cage, and they've been doing just fine.
All right. I'm having a real autistic day today, so I don't know if I can handle stuff like that. But look.
What have you been playing? You've been playing Galaxy 2.
Galaxy 2.
I answered the question for you.
Kirby.
Oh, you've been playing Kirby?
Yeah. Like I said, I kind of just chip away at these fucking games.
Kirby's the perfect kind of game to chip away at.
Yeah.
It's so relaxing.
I can do a level. I can do.
You don't have to like remember anything about what you were doing or how the game plays.
Everything is mostly contained.
It's completely contained.
Outside of the upgrading the power ups, but you don't have to like think to do that.
No, you don't have to think about it at all.
What the fuck else?
It's also not required. It's fun, but it's like you can completely be fine just with the base versions.
Yeah. I've been fucking around with Mario Kart World.
After the update?
Just in general. Just like that game's got... I know people complain about that fucking game for whatever reason, but for whatever reasons. But finding the spots where it's like, oh shit, I can actually ride up this. I can do this. I can do this. And just changing the way you play the game every time you do it is a lot of fun, actually.
Your personal progression of the
exactly
in experiencing the game.
I've said this before about other kinds of games, but it's like,
do you mostly just play online?
Huh? No, I've actually been mostly playing
like free roam,
and
like doing the challenges,
time trial. Yeah.
Oh, time trial on the courses.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It's like
Did you do that much with 8?
What?
Did you do time trial a lot with 8?
Yeah, but 8 was out for a billion years. I did all the staff goes. I went for top times and shit like that. 8 is a special experience because of how long it was out for, and it came out right after I graduated college.
Yeah.
So, but
you and me both.
Yeah, did we both graduate?
Yeah, 2012.
Game came out in 2014.
Are you 2 years younger than me?
No.
No.
I graduated 2 years later because I took a minor late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, because my last 2 semesters were literally just a class each. But
okay.
It's like, yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
Juggalos and Juggalettes. We got them. No, playing Mario Kart 8. Doing the Mario Kart World stuff is kind of like.
I'm really glad they added a map.
Huh?
I'm really glad they added a map.
You've interrupted me every time I've tried to say what I'm saying. Literally every time I've tried to say this sentence, you've interrupted me. So I'm going to say it, and you're not going to say anything this time. God damn! Okay, let me say it one more fucking time. Oh, she even knows. Practicing the courses and the inputs and everything you need to do them efficiently is like getting better at a fighting game. Like learning to do combos, learning to do learning like just how you can utilize the mechanics and shit. Yeah. So are you gonna bring it here or?
No, I'm just. Yeah. Just keep going.
But yeah, nah. So what the fuck else have I been playing? Yeah, it's that Mario Kart World. I've been Street Fighter 6. I'm always playing Street Fighter 6 on and off. And
are you having fun with it?
Huh?
Are you having fun with it?
Yeah, of course. Like, Street Fighter 6 is fun. It's a fun game, and it was on sale on Switch 2 for $20. I almost bought it, but because I
know you want to.
I can't justify doing it again because
I know you want it though.
It's cross play, but not cross progression. And I just bought a bunch of characters for my PC version. I'm not going to do that shit again.
Yeah.
It's like, dog. The DLC situation with that game is ridiculous.
It's really expensive.
Outside of the sale, if I didn't buy
Where's Arcade
stuff
Edition?
On sales, we don't have. We need a whole fucking full version first. But outside of what was it? If the stuff wasn't on sale, I would have spent like $90 to get all the characters. Just the characters, not even the costumes and shit.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Do the amiibos come with the character unlocks?
No, fuck no. I mean, the amiibo...
Are they just base characters?
The amiibo, I forget what they do. I think they might unlock a color and they do something else. And like you can save a control scheme to them or some shit.
That monetization is kind of out of control.
Okay. I got it. But yeah, the monetization in that game, like Ken was saying, and like I said before, the economy of shit like that in that game is real fucked up. And I don't think people realize it until they have to engage with it. Fuck y'all for complaining about fight money in Street Fighter V. That shit was enough to get characters with. I got 2 characters just by playing the game and getting the.
Is that what people complain about with Street Fighter V?
Because the grind for it was kind of long, so they made it longer and then just put prices on a bunch of shit. And I was like, man, you fucking idiots, dumb fucks. But Street Fighter V is its own kind of mess anyway. But regardless, I've just been I kind of like touch games, play some of them, move to the next one, kind of touch stuff, and slowly get closer to completing them as I desire.
What's the last game that you like binged? You just like sunk a ton of time into it right out of the gate.
Like right out of the gate, probably Diddley Kong.
Oh yeah, Bonanza.
Yeah, Bonanza came out, and I was like, I'm playing this to the end. I'm not.
Prime 4 is probably going to be like
Prime
that.
4 is going to be like that.
Yeah.
Prime 4 is probably going to move a bunch of stuff out of the way. And like I'm going to play it multiple times. It's coming out on Switch 2 and Switch 1.
Right, so you're going to play it on both.
I can take my Lite around. It's like
you're going to play it once regular, once mouse controls.
Yeah, I'll probably like just alternate. You can just but I might regret playing it on my Switch Lite because I might end up playing it a lot there, and there's I'll run into something I've been like, I should have seen this in 4K HDR.
Yeah, and it's like just the worst experience.
Yeah. I'll be like
pretty objectively.
Right. The fact that you can have that experience at all, though, is still cool.
It is good, yeah.
And it's a follow through on the promise they made. Not to mention, I hope that game is no longer than like 20 hours for the first run.
That seems about right. I mean, how long did Prime 1 through 3 take on the first run?
Prime 1 is probably like 15
to 20.
Prime 2 is probably like 15 if you like efficient with the world switching thing. 3 is they're probably 15.
Yeah.
Like first run. I think I remember my first run of Prime 1 was 18 hours because I just spent time like fucking around in the game. It was 12.
Which I think is expected.
Yeah. And this game has like the open world, is it a hub? Is it what is it thing?
15 to 20 hours would be so nice.
Yeah.
We need more of it.
And even like just 25 hours to collect everything first time while you're trying to search for all of it, and then let me run through it again efficiently. Honestly, that's one of the things I liked about Halo Infinite's campaign, where it was an open world, sure, but the game is complete. I beat the game in like a sitting. It was 7 hours. So it's like, okay, that's the thing. That's the way the game should be. But we'll see.
That's how all Metroid games kind of just are. It's like part of their identity.
Yeah. I like. What is the longest Metroid game? Probably
it's got to be a Prime game.
I don't even think it's a Prime game. I think it's Samus Returns. No, that's the longest 2D Metroid.
Right.
Samus Returns is definitely the longest 2D Metroid, but specifically Samus Returns, not Metroid 2.
Metroid 2 is like the shortest.
Metroid 2, on the other hand, is quite short. But I guess out of the Prime games, it'd probably just be maybe it's Federation Force.
Damn.
Just because of the way the game plays, but who knows?
How you feeling about the Galaxy 2 remaster?
Good. Galaxy 2 remaster is very good. I'm having a lot of fun looking at it.
But don't you know that Nintendo just has zero quality control?
You're right.
Anymore?
Nintendo has zero quality control. It's
completely ridiculous.
Shit, crap.
I can't believe you paid $40 for that trash. That Dolphin Dev solved 20 years ago before the game came out.
Yeah, and fucking the blur shit. Yeah, for the game.
The bloom.
The bloom, like whatever. I would have noticed that the color banding is pretty fucked. But I think that's just a quirk of the game. I think,
right?
And I think that was hidden.
I imagine they did everything they reasonably could, knowing the game was going to be upscaled to 4K.
Yeah. On
the device, like. I'm pretty sure that was what the Dolphin devs did, was they actually changed the resolution scaling for that part of the game.
Maybe
it's like a mod you can do where it's like, don't scale this to 4K.
Yeah.
Which is like not
with this effect in the,
and they basically have to like kind of rebuild parts of the game to do this, and they're not going to do all that.
And I think they prioritized upgrading it's up to you to decide if it's an upgrade, but changing the textures and improving the font. Like the font was, they didn't AI upscale the font this time. They just
it looks
a new font
naturally 4K.
Yeah,
not like forced upscale 4K.
Yeah, it
looks nice.
Yeah, I think it
does look nice.
The game looks good. The HUD looks fine,
and it's like it's very very easy to overlook from my perspective.
I think the game itself, like Galaxy, I bought Galaxy 2. I didn't buy Galaxy rebuy Galaxy 1 because I have that with
3D All-Stars.
3D All-Stars. And Galaxy 2, I will stand by that it's the more fun game because it's just it's more variety. It's more gamey. Yeah. There's more. You just get into game, play game. There's more like
it's just levels. Just go play the levels.
There's more raw platforming too. Like Galaxy 1 has a lot of stuff that tries to get you to use the gravity gimmick and the little like pole things.
The pole thing is really irksome to me.
Yeah, like
they do it so often.
Right. It's there's a lot of that in that game, but in Galaxy 2, you're doing like they have the pull thing, but it's Yoshi's tongue, and it like mechanically feels better because it doesn't pull you away from gravity. It just enhances your jump, like you swing.
Right. It's seamlessly integrated into the platforming part rather than stopping you and separating it into a different thing.
Where you float and lose control, and that's all you do is the pointing. I think Mario Galaxy 2 just has a better flow, and it looks nicer because a lot more of the worlds have. I know it's going to sound insane, but a lot of the worlds have clouds, and those clouds kind of ground everything.
That's kind of funny.
Whereas being able to just see out into the darkness of space makes
what about Gusty Garden?
Like you're on little rocks. There's that, but it's like every level in fucking Galaxy 2 is Gusty Garden. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like at the level of Gusty Garden.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, 2 also had Cloud Mario, didn't it?
Ironically, 2 has Cloud Mario and Cloud Mario, Rock Mario. And you can control. You don't have to swing any motion controls. It's like, anything you would want to be able to play Mario Galaxy in a modern form officially is right there for you. So that's good shit.
Yeah.
I recommend if you don't have All Stars, just go ahead and buy the bundle that has both because it's more economic.
Yeah, $10 off.
But because like just buying one of them,
I do like that they smoothed out the save screen.
Yeah.
Because playing Chibi Robo just now, it's like every fucking prompt is like, do you want to save?
Yeah. The
having autosave in games is kind of essential now.
Right. Autosave and a manual save, but the autosave
both options.
Both need to be. I think both need to be available.
Right.
So that you can manually save where you desire, and then the autosaves are there to as a safety
two separate things.
Yeah.
You got your autosave slot, and then you got manual slots you can use.
Especially when you're playing a console that's running on a battery, and you might be using it portably.
Yes.
Anyway, it needs to be taken care of itself.
Or I mean, just like your power might go out. You just don't know.
But I mean, like, it's more predictable.
Shit could happen. You could have a young child come up and turn the fucking console off.
That's true.
It's a fucking toy, and people need to remember that.
It's an experience that's coming up soon, sooner than you think. But,
he's gonna learn.
Yeah, he's gonna. Oh my god! There's gonna be. I'm excited for when there's gonna be a handprint on that TV.
I thought you were gonna say on the child.
No, that's fucked up. I'm talking about on the TV when he tries to help Leon defeat the Ganados. While he pushes you out of the way. That was crazy. That was crazy.
He knows what he wants.
Oh my god! This. All right.
The boy craves Resident Evil.
This dude wanted to watch so bad that it's hard for me to describe an infant just.
Let me fucking see. Let me fucking see that shit.
It's crazy. But yeah, Galaxy 1 and 2, I think those are good buys if you haven't played them. It's up to you to determine if that value is there for you. But there is a lot of game in both of them, and I think.
I would say it's no question if you've never played these games before.
I in my head, like they might be old games at this point. Like Galaxy 1 is 18 years old.
Damn, Galaxy 1 can vote.
Galaxy 1 can vote, and it won't because it believes that it doesn't want to get involved with politics, and that makes me want to throw up.
What?
That's what a lot of people say. Don't worry about me.
Galaxy 1 is saying this?
I'm kidding. Galaxy 1.
The politics of Mario Galaxy 1.
This is kind of a tangent, but I was thinking about people on fucking Twitch, especially, like to argue, like, retro. What is a retro game? And a lot of people are like, if it's 20 years old, it's retro. And honestly, in my opinion, that's got to get thrown out. Games have been around too long for that. And I think we might have mentioned this before. In my opinion, a retro style game is something from a 2D standard definition era where you had to make the game that way. You didn't have the technology to do otherwise. And then
so basically it was defined by its restrictions.
Exactly. Yeah. Like in N64, PlayStation are still kind of part of that because those weren't fully in there. But I'm thinking, despite GameCube, PS2, Xbox not being HD necessarily, well, that's not true because Xbox and PS2 can do 1080i. I think that is actually where the modern era started.
Right.
And I think trying to devalue a game because it's from a time like that is not doesn't make any sense if you're trying to.
Well, I mean, I think devaluing a game at all is kind of whack.
Yeah,
it's. I was listening to my favorite streamer, not listening to Tim Rogers.
Oh, sure.
On his podcast yesterday, he was his live podcast.
Yeah.
He was talking about the idea of like going back and looking at things when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Because he's dating someone who's like significantly younger than him, like basically a different generation.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, you haven't heard of these like YouTube videos that have 90 million plus views? Let's go watch them. They were from my childhood." And like kind of like horrifically realizing that they're like kind of trash.
Oh, dog, yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to be that guy, but like I've recently replayed Final Fantasy VI, Earthbound, like within the last couple of months. It's like those are good games still.
Those just remain good games, exactly.
They're not good for their time. They're just good games.
Yeah.
Right. So even if games had limitations, I would almost argue that in some cases that makes them more good because they had to be good on their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So in my thought is,
God damn. Get that shit out of here. That's your fucking thought, huh?
I'm so sorry.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So it's cartoonishly fucked up. I'm sorry. My body has been fucked up lately, and I changed my my diet to include a lot more fiber. My body's like, what the fuck is this?
Important.
But
I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
When you start eating a shit ton of like carrots and broccoli.
Yeah. And like
your stomach won't like it at first.
Right. And I like almonds. I was like, okay, almonds. And I grab a handful and I grab a handful and I grab a handful. And I can't say this on the podcast, but I'll just do it anyway. I was like shitting out crushed fucking almonds. I was like, dude, this color.
You just weren't even like digesting.
Well, I was digesting them, but it was, it was bound with the other stuff that was in there. But like the color and everything that it changed it to, and just the consistency of everything, how everything came out, I was like, this is crazy. I can't be doing this.
Oh my fucking god!
The smell was different. My body's going.
Pedro actually should consider cutting this.
Yeah, okay. You can cut whatever that you want because you said that though. He's going to amplify the volume, and because I said that.
Oh my god!
But the video games are at a point where like classic games I think should be accessible, and they should be accessible at a lower price. You shouldn't have to spend $300 to get these these rare PS1 games and all that shit. Fuck that. I don't agree with that. I do think that these modern games shouldn't be treated because I consider Wii is in is a modern game still, and I think those games just don't need to be treated like they're old. Like a re-release that has some touch-ups on there, they can re-release them for something higher than what they re-released them for on Wii U,
right?
When they didn't do anything to them. You know what I mean? I think that's a fine thing to do. Again, it's up to you as the customer to decide if that's valuable.
I mean, Nintendo of any company is going to value their old shit.
Yeah, that's part of their purpose of doing that. Right. I think a lot more publishers could get away with it. But I think a lot more publishers should value certain games that they're re-releasing.
It's kind of like an idea that like maybe Doom 1 shouldn't be $1.
Doom 1, you can get that I guess not with the gold coins anymore. Fuck. But Doom 1, I think that being available for $1 is awesome because you can get it.
Right.
I also think if they sold it for 10 or 15,
it's worth it.
Without the expectation that came from it being $1 before, it's still a worthy.
At least the Doom 1 and 2 sort of like remakes, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Remaster, repackage, whatever you want to call it.
Like, I think it's still worth that. I would, if they were like $50, I would think that somebody lost their mind.
You'd raise your fucking eyebrows.
Like that'd be fucked up. But again, it's all about what the publisher and the customers value something.
Right.
But yeah, and so Mario Galaxy, good shit. It's still good. It's just good on its merits. It's not good because it was good back then. It's just good because it's good.
Yeah.
It does have one little quirk that I've always disliked about those two games because of the way the gravity mechanics work. The game is trying to compensate for that. So sometimes you'll get situations where Mario will just start running in circles. Like
that literally happens.
It happens.
Happened to me at the very beginning of 2.
Yeah. You have to get used to it.
And you're holding forward and he's just running in a circle.
Not even running around. He's just running like
in a circle.
In a flat circle. Yeah. And you have to get used to returning the stick to neutral.
Yeah.
To get to help
regain the right.
Like recalibrate what is
the sense of position.
Yeah. But so that's all I really have to say about that.
I mean, I kind of had that issue in DK Bonanza too. Like there would be times because like I would go around the corner or I would like because you can climb wherever you want.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I would climb up a certain thing and start going in a direction. I'd try to like change direction, but like it still retained the original direction that he was going in.
I
like,
understand that.
Right.
Yeah. I think
it's fairly common in 3D games, especially.
I think it's common.
I think
it's really like because of Mario doesn't really have a very grand moveset in not Odyssey. In Odyssey he has a huge moveset. In Galaxy he doesn't have a particularly big moveset, so it's noticeable when you can't like do a move or something like that to just stop whatever's going on. But yeah, so.
On the topic of sort of like what is a retro game or games being defined by their limitations, I've been some kind of a segue. So one of the games I've been playing recently, well, 2 of them actually are remasters and remakes. Fantasy Tactics Evil East Chronicles came out.
Right.
I haven't played too much of it, but I've played enough to know what the improvements are, and I can comment on that. But that's a game that like hasn't been made available on modern platforms since PS3.
Since like the original game.
Yeah, the PS1 game. I mean, it was a PSP remake, War of the Lions, iPad, iPhone. But it's always been very much the same game.
Yeah.
They haven't like remade it with like the unbound technological opportunities.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of clear why, especially in the Evil East Chronicles. So what they did to change the game is they improved the UI. The UI is almost like hard for me to read because it's so different.
Interesting.
Like there's things I'm just like, I don't know what this means. This number here and this icon.
But things represent things differently, just where they're located.
Which is kind of interesting. It's interesting to relearn the game from that perspective. It's not a complaint. It's just interesting.
Right.
They did the thing like in Final Fantasy 16 where there's a whole sort of like compendium of like, here are the events so far. Here are the characters that you've met. Here's the lore. Here's the the things. That's really cool, specifically because there's a lot of shit. Like basically all they had some form of that in the original game in the towns.
Yeah.
There's like a few things you can do, like shops and all that stuff. And there was a thing called the bar, the tavern, and you could like hear the rumors, quote unquote.
And that would kind of recount
at the bar. Yeah, and it would be like, oh, here's like the 50-year war. Here's like what's going on with this political leader in this province, so on and so forth. That's still there, but it like retains it and merges it with the compendium of everything so far. But the compendium with the characters is really cool because each character that's mentioned at all, they have like a sprite profile and sprite image of what this character looks like and kind of gives a backstory of them. To the point where there's like several characters that are mentioned like 1 or 2 times offhand at the beginning of the game that you never see or interact with, and they're like fully fleshed out. They get detail, they get sprites and all that stuff. I was like, oh shit, this is cool. And now I like understand more about what's happening in the world at this point.
Yeah, there's more presence.
There's more context
in the world.
Yeah.
So
that's sick. Cool. Big fan of that.
I didn't know about that.
And then there's full voice acting, right?
Yeah.
Which I played the very original PlayStation game, and I fucking love it. It's still one of my favorite like stories in a game, especially for Final Fantasy. It's very sort of like grounded. There's definitely fantastical elements for sure, but I think the story it's trying to tell is more of a political one,
right?
One that like can be related to, and it's very much relevant. It's funny. I was reading through the lore now, and I'm like, oh, they actually kind of predicted like what's happening with Ukraine, Russia, and Crimea.
Yeah,
like there's a lot of annexing and shit like that. I was like, oh fuck.
God. Like as soon as you said, you just saying 50-year world war just said. Like my brain immediately just flashed Palestine.
Yeah.
And like Palestine.
There's definitely touches of there's color that you can relate to modern day, which is fascinating because again it's all still relevant even though it was made in 8 or whatever it was 99.
Is it 90? Oh shit! It
was in the 90s for sure.
Yeah, because it was after Final Fantasy 7.
Right.
So it couldn't be 97.
Because Corrado is in it.
Yeah. Corrado. Is he? Well. Probably.
He's still in it.
Yeah.
But the original translation was done at a time in Square Enix's localization where Squaresoft at the time. What are you looking at?
The original game came out in 1997.
Oh, okay.
That's the same year 7.
Same year 7, yeah. It probably came out later that year. I mean, I'm sure it was a completely different team, so.
Yeah. The game is just... I didn't even... It came out in North America in 98.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it's just kind of... This game felt advanced for like being a sprite-based game.
I would say it was.
It felt very complete.
It is very complete. It is. I would say it's still the most complete tactics.
That's fucking crazy.
Final Fantasy Tactics game of the 3 that have come out.
Yeah.
So the original script, the localization was done at a time where they weren't perfect.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way.
Yeah,
you play the original FF7. There's glaring misspellings,
right?
Things that were probably not translated as intended, right. Stuff like that. But it was also done in a way where the voice was very relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Like the characters, the way that the sort of like the tone, the diction, the vocabulary, all that stuff was very like easy to read, right? And easy to sort of like hear the characters saying these things, especially as a young kid at the time. With War of the Lions, they completely redid the script, and there's a lot of value that came with that. But what I never really liked about it was it's so like old English, sort of like proper.
Right. Yeah,
it's so like that it's like it makes it hard for me to even like understand the tone. Like everything feels like colder, less emotional.
There's a little distance between you.
A little more distance, especially like being an American, and these things are like old English, like to the point where they sound British. I can't hear the characters saying it. Like I feel stupid saying it in my own voice with this accent.
Yeah.
So like reading it, I would always get like pissed off because I'm just like, this is so not landing.
It's disconnected.
Yeah. Our friend, our common friend Zach made a good comparison. In Octopath Traveler, there's a character named Tonnet, who has this kind of a like very thick accent, whereas all the other characters don't.
Yeah.
And like people hated this character because of this. They're like, it's so corny, it's so stupid, and he was like, oh, it's a huge difference when you actually have the voices on versus off. Yeah. So what I was realizing, listening to the Evil East Chronicles remaster, being now fully voice acted with professional voice actors, Ben Starr is in there.
Yeah.
Noah is in there from Xenoblade Chronicles.
That's cool. Okay.
There's a lot of good talent.
Yeah.
But it makes the script so much better.
Oh, okay.
It's
it
so
really
much more enjoyable. Like I will like just listen to it, like not even read, because you can have it on auto proceed.
Yeah.
It's they kind of animated the sprites too, so it looks like they're talking, which is funny. But it makes the script land so much better. Hearing like proper British accents, mostly British people speaking,
pronouncing the words
with the right sort of like inflections and all this stuff. Like I don't have to come up with how this sounds.
Yeah,
right.
You don't have to.
Yeah, like
you don't have to Dragon Quest it basically.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So I'm really enjoying it.
Okay.
I think they like didn't include all the content from War of the Lions, which like if they included the script, I'm not quite sure why. But I'm fine with it. I think it's a really well done remaster.
Yeah, there's probably like an explicit decision to do that, to just like kind of like this is the game mostly as it was with updates for the PS1, like the original game.
But going back to what we're saying about like what makes it a retro game and like restrictions and like, oh, they could like I associate restrictions of a game almost being like they couldn't fulfill what their vision of the game would have been if they were to make it today.
Sure.
But what I find interesting about things like tactics, and there's already a bunch of interviews with the original writer, original director, kind of talking because they were involved on the Ivalice Chronicles version.
Yeah,
is like we didn't want to do new graphics. We didn't want to make it realistic. We didn't want to change the mechanics. We wanted the things that were OP to stay OP.
We wanted the things that are fucked up.
We wanted the game to still be the same game.
Yeah.
Like, which is, I think, a testament to how good some of these quote retro games are in the first place, right?
Yeah.
This is where like you don't have to qualify them as retro or not. Like re-releasing this game, giving it a fresh coat of paint, and calling it what it is. It's like it's a good game as it is today, released at full, quote full price
at full value.
Full value,
basically. Yeah.
And I agree. I completely fucking agree. That story is really good. The polish is really good. The game is really good. I would happily pay, and I happily did pay $50 for that fucking game.
For it, exactly.
Now, on the other hand, the other game I've been playing is Trails in the Sky First, which is a remake of Trails in the Sky First Chapter.
Yeah.
Which originally came out for the PC computer in Japan.
Yeah.
In America, I think it was first released for the PSP.
Yeah, I think those were like PSP games as I remember them. Yeah.
And those are sort of like isometric, sprite based with like CG or not CG, but
pre-rendered
computer graphics, pre-rendered backgrounds and environments. I played the original. I like the original. What's cool about those games? I'm not going to go into a whole Legend of Heroes thing. Maybe I should though. We got time. Legend of Heroes. Legend of Heroes is sick. Let me just give a little bit of context. Yeah. I think Legend of Heroes is sick. I think it's cool. It's very anime.
Right. It is very.
It's very anime.
It's to the point where I've been unable to figure out where I would like enter the series from. I think this game would be it if I were.
It would be it.
Need to.
I'll get into it in a little bit. Okay. So what's good about the game and why I think they're worth playing and why I can overlook the anime factor is they do something that no other RPG franchise does or even attempts to do, which is the scope and scale of the story that they're telling and at the level of granularity that they tell it at.
Okay.
So this is a game where, Final Fantasy, Persona, Dragon Quest, those are all, each game is its own story and that's it, right? They don't connect, they don't overlap except for like minor cameos and stuff like that. They're just trying to tell their one story and like that's it. They've got their one game to do it, which is plenty of time for most games and most stories.
Right.
Legend of Heroes is telling one long story over like 15 games at this point, and it's still like not over. It all takes place on one continent called Zemuria. And each arc of games, which can be anywhere between 2 to 4 games at this point, is the precedent. We'll focus on one character or one series of characters, one party in one region. Yeah. Right. So the regions are sort of like different kingdoms, different principalities, different forms of government, different focus of sort of what that culture in that region is like. But they're all geographically located near each other, and they all reference each other in their different arcs. But they are sequential, right? So the arcs that as they come out, like chronologically in the game years calendar, they are taking place in chronology. Yeah. But the scope and scale of how they tell it is like much lower, like much smaller scale, down to earth, more personal scale, than any other JRPG, right? Like, so the first game, Trails in the Sky, first chapter, it's written and it feels very much that like it's just sort of like an adventure through the countryside.
Sure. Okay.
You're like playing as a couple kids doing this bracer guild is like the thing that they're trying to like work on, which is kind of like being a safety patrol officer.
Oh my god!
It's like that's the kind of shit you're doing.
The fluorescent sash
that's what I think of.
Funny as shit.
But like, it's you're just helping people out in their day-to-day life. People will go to the bracer guild and say, "Hey, I need help with X, Y, and Z. Can you send somebody out?" And they come and do it. And it'll be things like, "I lost my ring in the sewers. Like, help me go get it."
Yeah.
Which sounds like an MMO fetch quest situation.
But I'm sure
and mechanically, it's pretty similar to that.
Yeah.
But in terms of how it's written, it's like it's this little kid, and it's got a lot more personality and charm.
It's written like this rather than.
You got to say what this is when you do it.
Okay, so I'm drawing like a kind of wide zigzag to the point of this ring rather than it just being a straight line
right
and back.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like as you like go into the sewers to find this kid's, ring or, piece of jewelry or whatever it was, they're like commenting about the kid, about his family, about like what's going on, why it's important, how it's their first job. And then you give it back to him. He talks about like why this is a big deal to him. And then he goes off. And then like 3 chapters later, you'll see him and his family traveling to this town that you're now visiting. They'll like talk. They'll like come. They're like, "Hey, it's you!" Like, and like,
"Hey, you helped us do this." And
that is sort of encapsulates what the whole game is about.
Okay.
So it's really sort of about like the writing, the immersion, the world building.
I was gonna say
that's
the world building.
What this game does really, really well. And again, I've never seen anything like this for other games. Like every other game, an NPC might have a name and it might say something and like that's it. In this game, every NPC has a name. There's a mechanic that they did in this remake where you can actually see after you've talked to them when they have new dialogue, which is basically every story beat, all of the NPCs have their writing updated.
Yeah, have something new to say.
There's something new to say about whether it's something related to how the main quest is affecting them and like things that they're doing, or they might just be living their own lives and you're learning about what their lives are like. They might be interacting with other NPCs, right? So you start picking up these other smaller narratives of what's happening in the town, which is crazy to me.
I was going to say
the writing that it takes to do this and to string it together for 15 games is like
keep it together for 15 games. It feels like you can kind of attach to a set of NPCs and be like,
and you'll see them over the course of the game. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
They're just playing out their lives,
right?
And you just can't control.
Which is funny. Like the shopkeeper in the first town is like trying to get a girlfriend. Like his mom's trying to hook him up with somebody, and his mom's upstairs. And you can talk to the mom, and she'll like ask you about it.
Yeah.
And then you talk to other people in the town. Like his mom was just asking me out. Like this is so fucking weird. And like they're going through this thing, and like you start connecting all these NPCs together, and like how they relate and who's. Yeah. It's like it's this whole thing, and like it's completely optional, right? Like you could beeline through the main quest, never talk to another NPC. It'll be a decent game,
right?
But if you're doing that, you're like missing the entire point.
It's
like you're gonna be like, I don't get why people like this game because it's so generic at that point.
Yeah, because that was kind of why I would what was it? Like Majora's Mask, I would say is 4. You can do the 4 dungeons and be done with it, but the game is about like
doing
the side stuff to get the masks and things like that. Right. You're like, okay, it's actually a lot of fun to do that, and the dungeons are just kind of there to
and it's very much an intrinsic motivation too, right? Like you're gonna talk to these characters and you're not gonna like get anything for it. You're not gonna get items. You're not gonna like some of them will if you talk to every NPC after each story beat, which is what I do, and I think it's sort of what the game encourages you to do. You might get some context or like some previews of like what's going to happen. Like you can probably predict what's going to happen in the story based on what the people are doing and how they're getting affected. An idea
of what's being set up for.
The way the gameplay is framed is like side quests will come up at the Bracer Guild of like requests that people have, and you can kind of tell when people are going to make requests. And someone will be like, "Wow, where the fuck is it? Like I can't find this thing."
And then you go,
and then like the next story beat, you'll see this request pop up.
Yeah.
So like it's all very much tied to like the writing of the characters, that immersive narratives.
And I assume when I think of the games, a lot of the games as they're kind of simple visually and all that. And I think that
the original ones for sure.
Yeah. And I think that facilitates being able to have the space and time to write and script all of these like code, all of these interactions and how they're all
exactly
and like just making sure everything is in order.
Right.
Right. But yeah, no shit.
So what I think is the sort of like the perfect way to play these games from like a mental perspective, because again, it's very easy to get through these games and be like, I need to like get through this game because I want to see what's going on in the story, and I want to get through like these 15 games and see what the deal is, see like what the actual arc is happening, because that is, it's interesting and it's enticing. And again, the first game feels like an adventure, and it's really like the first half of the 2 games
story.
Yeah, Sky Trails in the Sky was written as one game. It was intended to be one game.
Yeah,
but they kept going so hog wild with the writing.
With the writing that
they like this. This is not. This doesn't make sense. Like we have to. So the first half, like the first chapter is like a giant prologue.
Interesting.
So it's easy to get this sensation of like, I need to get through it to see like the story, the real story. But I think the more you like resist that temptation, the more you just sink yourself into like the immersion of the world.
Yeah, enjoy what is there.
A, you're going to understand more about what the games are about. B, you're going to sort of like get into the right headspace. And C, I think it teaches you to pace yourself.
I was going to say probably it's a patience.
Yeah, because like trying to blast through the first chapter and like, you know, you try to do this thing of talking to all the NPCs, every story beat. You're going to play for like an hour or 2 hours per day and be like, oh my God, I'm talking to these NPCs all the time. I'm constantly talking to NPCs. I need to get to the fucking gameplay. You got to resist that. The way you play these games, you take like 30 minutes every night, like kind of like a show. Comes on at 8 p.m. And you treat it like your nighttime, cozy time. I'm gonna catch up with my friends here in Liberal and my friends in the city of Rouen, and I'm gonna see what's going on in their lives. You know, maybe I'll go through one story beat, and then I'm gonna turn it off. You know, and then I'm ready. The second time I turn it on, you got all this new, fresh dialogue. It's like, oh, let's see what's up.
What's going on?
Let's see what's going on with them today. So, that's the way you want to play these games.
So is that preserved in the remake?
Fuck. Oh, the last thing that's impressive about these games, with how much writing goes into them, is how frequently they come out. There is a new entry coming out like every year. Yeah. Every year or every other year. I don't think they've gone more than 2 years between an entry.
They reuse a lot of
they do. They reuse the engine, the art style was the same for the first 5 games.
Right.
Then they went to 3D and it's been the same for the next like 7 games or whatever it is.
That sounds right.
So Neon Falcom, I don't know if they're AAA per se.
I wouldn't call
they're pretty low budget in terms of like what they have to throw at this. Comparatively. East does the same thing, right? They use the same sprites, kind of the same engine as Trails, right? They're reusing stuff all the time. And they're very efficient with what they're doing.
Those games, funny enough, are it's all one like story too, but they're not in order.
Right.
The games are not telling the story in order.
Well, the East games are also even more like it's just a kind of a one-off adventure,
right? Yeah.
Because the whole thing is you're on your boat with Dogi, and you're just kind of like
you get somewhere.
It's like, oh shit, let's see what's going on in this island. See what's going on in this city. But yeah, all right. So get into the remake. So to me, the Trails in the Sky First remake is kind of the perfect remake in the sense of everything that it preserves. Mm-hmm. And I think also allows them to insert the original vision they had for the game. Yeah. I think they were genuinely limited in the first few games by sort of like, they had to be able to make the game in the first place with the budget that they had. So they went with this isometric, exactly. Technology, budget, everything like that. Yeah. They made these isometric games that look good. I think they still hold up in terms of visual art style. But I think... having a cinematic camera, having 3D models, having like expressive, voice acting and all that stuff, I think really sort of drives home a lot of what they were going for. You fucking okay?
I'm fine.
I'm
sorry about that.
I'm gonna give you an example of sort of something that like landed for me or clicked in playing the remake. So being sort of like a countryside romp, right, where you're like, checking out what's going on with this farm. Let's see what these sky bandits are doing over here, right? Halfway through the game. Yeah. You get to this point where they see the ocean. Okay. And in the original game, it's like, oh, cool, the ocean. I don't actually get to really see it because of the camera. They sort of describe, they're like coming out, they're like, oh, fuck the ocean. This is so cool. Right. And I'm just like, all right, let's
move it along.
But in the remake, like they changed the camera angle. You can see them kind of coming out and emerging onto sort of like the coastline. And it's like this very like picturesque scene. And what sort of lands is like, oh, they've actually never seen the ocean before. Like these are characters that have been living in the countryside, landlocked. And like, so they showcase much more how big of a deal that is. And it's cool because as I was realizing this in the remake, it's sort of going back to my point of they're operating on a scale that I've never really seen before in a JRPG. Going back to Dragon Quest II, I think, every JRPG you get a boat and you're sailing the ocean and you go across the world and you can go wherever you want at some point. These games are on one continent, right? Yeah. These are characters that have never seen the ocean before. Yeah,
they've never been to the edge of the place they live in.
Spoiler, you don't get a boat. You don't
I assume.
Fucking sail across the fucking ocean. But but it's cool because it's like it makes things like that feel genuinely exciting. Like you can sense from the characters that it's like, oh, this is really cool. Whereas in any other game, it's like, give me the boat, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to get out of here. Yeah, because here you kind of, because of the way the games work too, it sounds like you get to just see the place change and people grow and all that, and you get more of a sense of I've been using this word a lot, but you get a more sense of connection to the home,
right?
Like the homeland of the people that you're playing as.
Yeah, how they feel, how they connect to their community.
And it changes like your purpose. You're not like you're not globetrotting to find a rock. You're fucking trying to make the best of the home that you've got, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah. So that I think is sort of a good example of how I think it's like fulfills the vision of the game more than they could have done with the original game.
Right.
So I do feel like this is sort of like a definitive version of the game for sure. I don't think there's really a good reason to go back to the original game.
Outside of the getting context for the art of it.
Yeah, I mean in terms of where it came from.
Right.
From like a historian perspective.
It looked like you
research perspective.
Say something to me.
No, what I was going to say is I thought you were going to say the combat because the combat's a little bit different.
I was going to say, as far as I know, the combat's quite different.
It's not as different as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
So the big change is that they added this thing called quick battles, which means that on the overworld, you don't immediately like get into a battle. Like the screen doesn't change. You go into the battlefield and it does the thing that every turn-based JRPG does.
Right.
What it does instead is it has sort of like a light action game to it.
Yeah.
So you can like do a light attack. You can do a heavy attack that requires meter charge. You can do a dodge. If you do a perfect dodge, you get more meter. So like there's an element to that. You can build up a stun bar on the enemy. If you max the stun bar and they get stunned, if you enter into the turn-based mode, which you can do whenever you want, there's a bonus. You do this big attack.
Okay.
You do this big.
Start with a
you
big
do a
attack.
special attack. You get to do like a preemptive brave attack, I think is what it's called. But the combat is also enhanced from the original game. The original game is sort of like a mini tactics game. You can move the character around and you have like specific positioning and stuff like that.
Okay.
It is still turn-based, but that has been retained through the sense of the series, through the course of the series. But when it shifted to 3D, they changed it up a little bit. Like you sort of have more free motion of the character.
Okay.
Whereas in Sky, I think it almost feels like a grid.
Were you on it? Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't think it's truly a grid, but it feels kind of like it because it's sort of top down.
Right. It has a perspective that would make a grid make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
But in Cold Steel and in the 3D games, there's sort of more of that free range of motion. You got more angles. You got like line attacks. You got stuff like that. So that's very much carried over from the later games. Like it feels more like the later games.
Yeah.
They've got combo attacks. They've got more stuff that was introduced later in the game. So they modernized the combat to be more in line with the later games. So that's great. I think the game started off almost harder than the original, but then they overcompensated and it actually felt much easier later.
Okay.
But yeah, again, in terms of sort of like the vision, the combat, everything that was modernized, the UI, the graphics, the voice acting, it's a perfect remake because it's 1-to-1. Okay. The game is 1-to-1 from a story, a writing. It is still the exact same game.
It's not
just
like already
fully.
Style shit or
no, nothing like that. It's very much the original game, just modernized, 3D-ified, and cinematic. So
interesting.
I think it's good. I think it's nice. Right? There's a demo.
Okay.
There's a demo on all consoles,
on all platforms,
PC.
I assume,
I think it's sick. I'm excited for a second chapter, and I know I'm not going to have to wait very long because that's how their pacing goes. Yeah,
quick. Yeah,
which is nice.
They're going to use what they've built for this to make
exactly.
More.
There's actually a teaser for the second game at the end of the first game.
Then, okay, perfect. But okay.
So that's what I've been up to.
Nice. Well, that was enriching. We could probably rip it there. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. What's October is a big month. We'll see when we come back.
We'll see.
We got a lot of game to get through.
What next week feels like, what the week after that feels like, and then when we get to November, I'm going to be just counting the days till fucking Prime 4. So
it's true.
Yeah.
December 4th.
December 4th. So November comes, it'll be a month, and then I'll get my game.
Good.
I'll play it 15 times.
Yeah. Excited to hear your report on how it stacks up.
Yeah. And if I come in here crying that day, then
oh no.
Well, it's not. It's never gonna happen.
All right. You like this shit? Give us a like, a comment, subscribe. We're at memoryleakpodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up on Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Podbean. Until next time, gamers.